Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Ignorant Intellectual on Media. Today will be our 13th, 14th installment of Father and Daughter Top 100 Movies of All Time reviews. We got the poster off of Amazon. We're going through all the movies, and we're on our 13th one, which is Richard Linklater's Before Sunrise. So, Richard Linklater, very good director. He films kind of quirky films a lot of the time, but this one isn't one of them. This one is film starring Ethan Hawke, and I can't remember the lady's name in it. She's a French lady. And it's basically they meet on a train and they end up spending the day and the night, overnight in, where was it? In
Vienna.
Vienna? Was it Vienna?
No, I don't know.
What's the one with the boats? Is it the one with the boats?
I think that is Vienna. Italy? No. I don't know, somewhere.
Anyways, we'll put it up. I'll put it here. They basically have a romance for 24 hours or so, and then they split ways at the end of the film. It's part of the Before trilogy, so there's 3 films in it, actually, which Linklater spaced 9 years apart. So it's basically, you get to see Ethan Hawke and the French lady 9 years later, and then 9 years later again, and you see how they age and what's been going on in their lives over that period of time. So the movie itself was okay. I mean, for romance films, it was okay. I think the biggest attraction of why people watch it is because of that time period. That jump from time to time kind of has an interest to it. There was another, I can't remember the name of the other director that did he did a film documentary, and I think it was a documentary of a boy who was like a certain age, and then he goes back and sees his life like 10 years later, and then another 20 years later, and then another 20 years later, whatever. I can't remember the name of the film. I'll put it up again. So there's kind of an interest in that kind of thing. Basically, they conversationalize. They end up making love in a park, if I remember correctly, and they just basically hold hands and tell each other that
Yes.
at the end they make a promise to see each other in 1 year, but it takes 9 years for them to see each other in the next film. So, so that promise was kind of broken. I don't know. The dialogue was pretty good. Richard Linklater's pretty good with dialogue, and the writer, if Linklater wrote it, I'm not sure. But overall, he's got much better films than this or any of the trilogy. Unless, I don't know, maybe it's a girl's film. Maybe my daughter will have a different take on it. But, I thought it was, I didn't put it away. Like I said in previous videos, sometimes I'll watch a film. If it's bad enough, I'll stop within 20 minutes or 30 minutes of the film and not watch it anymore. It wasn't bad like that. But it was interesting, I guess, if you like romance films. But I prefer like Waking Life. He did Dazed and Confused. He did A Scanner Darkly. That was a really good film. Boyhood was another really good film by him. So most of his films are good. And then this trilogy. But I don't know. I wouldn't put it on the top 100 list. What do you think of it?
I'm not really a fan of romance movies, but I do like this one because it's more natural. Like, there's no grand gestures like, trying to like set up a date or none of that. It's just like them walking all over the city of undetermined place since we forgot. But yeah, I feel like you would really get to know a person more by spending the whole day and talking to them compared to like having spread out dates. I feel like they became closer doing that. But I was expecting a little action, like maybe some conflict, hero saves the day, but no, the movie was pretty flat, like I said, natural. So yeah, it was okay.
All right. So like I said, overall, I prefer his other films over these ones. But the Criterion Collection thought they were good enough to put it in the Criterion Collection, all 3 of them in a box set. So, and if you look at the ratings from, let's say, IMDb or Rotten Tomatoes or whatever, they all give it a pretty good rating. But like I said, I don't know, I don't find it anything special. So let's Let's do the scratch, see what's underneath it. All right, so before sunrise, the 14th film. It's the big Ferris wheel. It's in the city. They don't actually go on it. It's in a lot of the Linklater shots. He puts it in a bunch of his shots. So interesting that they would show it when they never really. Did they get it? Yeah, they did actually get on it, right?
I don't
Remember? Yeah, they did get on it actually. All right, so that was before sunrise. If you like the video, leave a thumbs up. Think about subscribing, and talk to you in my next video. Bye for now.